Hello, everybody. It's Adam Madison back here with another video for you guys. It's going to be a little different than last week. I'm not going to talk about something along those same lines. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, though. Today we're going to be talking about five players I believe we probably will not see much of at all next year, or very little of it all next year. So let's start off with one that we've all been talking about for years, Colin Kaepernick. I do not believe he will be in the NFL next year, probably ever again, because he's basically been blackballed by the league. We all saw what's been going on the past couple years. He's been protesting the national anthem. He's been speaking out very heavily against issues that he believes in, and apparently the league just does not support what he's doing. They just don't want that circus, and they have not allowed him to play in the good part of 3 or maybe 4 years. I think it is now. Very sad and very talented player. He does have very strong beliefs though, and America is the place to do that, but apparently not in this league in America. I do believe if we see him play football ever again, it may be in the XFL, because that's a different type of league. They have different rules. They have different beliefs. They're just a brand new league. So maybe in a couple of years we may see him play in the XFL, because they probably do need a star, because they can't live off of these backup NFL players forever. They're going to need to bring in some big name guys out of college, whether it's a free agency. So maybe in a couple years we'll see Colin Kaepernick. I wish him the best though, because he is a very influential person, and he's doing what he believes, and he's just doing what I wish I could do if I had that much power. Let's go with another one, Kareem Hunt. So we all saw that he's been in the news lately talking about how he's sad that the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. He knew he kind of blew his chance with them. He's very sad, and I mean I get it, because you could be that guy right now. You could have been in Damian Williams' spot, and I believe he is way more talented than Damian Williams. I mean, we saw last year, even when he came back on the Browns, he was a big part of their passing game in the last 8 weeks, and he wasn't even a full-time player. But yeah, he did have some issues like a year and a half ago with his family and stuff, and the NFL just did not support that, because I mean, how could they? I mean, how could he expect them to? How could anyone expect them to? That's not a thing that anyone supports in society. So how could they support that in their league? It was very surprising though. Like, he even got signed by the Browns. I mean, it was only a 1 year deal, so he is an unrestricted free agent right now. So he may just get cut if they decide that they do not think they need him next year. So I believe if he gets cut by the Browns, it's not a sure thing he'll get signed by someone else, because he is a talented guy. But I don't believe much teams are gonna take a risk on him if they don't believe that he's right mentally. So he might not be in the league either next year, guys. Let's go with another one, probably Antonio Brown. I don't see him being in the league next year unless he gets himself right either, because he's been in the media for more this year than he probably has in any year in the past, and he hasn't even played. He played one game of football last year. He had the thing with the Raiders. He had the thing with the Steelers. How he didn't want to play for either one of them. The Patriots had to cut him because of a domestic assault charge against him. So I mean, he has not played like more than one game of football in a year, and he recently had the arrest because of what he was doing with the Miami, Florida police down here, yelling at them, screaming at them. He's doing stuff like that. He's throwing rocks at moving truck drivers. So, we need to get my guy some help if he wants to be back in the league, because I believe he's one of the best receivers I've ever seen touch a football. But that does not keep away from the fact that he has issues with his mental health. Like, this guy has had a tough time, and maybe he's cleaned up his act. I've seen him saying sorry to people, apologizing, on like small little radio shows and stuff. He's doing stuff on his Instagram. So maybe he's cleaned up his act. I have seen that he wants to fight against Logan Paul. So maybe he sees that as another opportunity to kind of keep himself busy, maybe to keep himself out of trouble. So if he wants to do that, more power to you, Antonio, because it might be a hefty payday, because people obviously like to see you. You're a good personality. You're a great athlete, but you just need to make sure you're right. Let's go with number 4, Sammy Watkins. So he is a recent Super Bowl champion. He started off this year really great, but he kind of fell off the cliff like after week 2 or whatever it was, because he just wasn't getting the ball thrown to him a lot. He recently was saying he might take this year off just because he wants to rest his body, rest his, like get his mental health up to speed. Because football is a very like hard game to play. It's a very long season, very very physical. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's made a lot of money, so maybe he'll take off next year too. I've seen that he may be kind of going back against that because maybe he's not sure about it. But whatever he wants to do it, Sammy Watkins. Because you clearly, like you've been talking about, want to take care of your family, spend more time with them. So just go ahead and do it if you want, buddy. I mean, you seem like you're still a young guy, so I mean, you could afford maybe take a year off. And last but not least, of the players I will initially want to talk about, Josh Gordon. So we've all noticed he's a very talented guy. He came into the league, took it by storm, and then he's kind of been suspended pretty much ever since. I think he's played like not even a full season in the past 5 years. So, this guy just can't stay out of trouble. He's been getting suspended because of substance abuse, and recently it's performance enhancing abuse, drugs that they caught him with. So he's suspended by league indefinitely, which means they probably will not let him play next year at all until he shows them that he is clean, that he is right, and then maybe they'll go from there and reinstate him. But there's not many times where you've seen a guy get suspended this much where the league's just like, yeah, we'll take you back. Clearly everyone likes him around there because he's a very talented guy. He's probably a very nice guy. He had a good year and a half run with the Patriots recently, so you never know. But I don't think we'll see Josh Gordon all next year. A couple other guys we may not see at all. I have a couple bonus guys. We probably won't see much of Marcus Mariota next year because Ryan Tannehill kind of took that job, and I'm pretty sure if you lead a team to a conference championship, you're probably their starter next year. So we probably won't see Marcus Mariota. Sorry for anyone who's a fan of that guy, but he's not doing what they paid him to do. Number one pick. He's not lived up to the hype. And lastly, anybody remember Alex Smith? He's been hurt for pretty much a year, maybe going on to the second year now because he broke his leg. He had a really bad infection. I guess I was reading a story recently where he almost died because how bad the infection was. So maybe he'll just take off a year. Maybe he'll retire because this game may not be worth it. He's had a long career. He's been in the league for about, I think, since 15 years maybe at this point. So maybe he'll just call it quits and hang it up. So yeah, that is what I want to talk about, guys. I think we will have another video, like I said, on Saturday or Sunday. I'll upload another one. I was wanting to talk about the Antonio Brown, Logan Paul fight a little bit more. I thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe we'll get more into that. But please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Guys, don't forget, life is good. I'm here right now talking about football. Life cannot be that bad. Life is good. So just live it the best you can. See you later, guys.